This is the problem that I've told you guys many times before as an African-American community. Us. Okay. Our ancestors fought hundreds of years for us to be what we are, to be equal to everyone. They fought hundreds of years for this. How dare you come after they done fought your ancestors just as mine? They have fought, they have died, they've been misused, they've been mishandled. They were walked over like rugs on the floor. How dare them fight that much for us to be equal to all, for us to get here to this day and time, and you decide that you want to take all that away. Because now you want to make us as an LGBT community be less than you. Stupidity. That's what that is. Because if it's okay for you to oppress us as an LGBT community, it's okay for us to be slaves, right? It should be. What is the difference? There is none. Wait a minute, y'all. Comment, like, and sharing. Comment, like, and sharing. Your boy done switched up on you. Comment, like, and sharing. Comment, like, and sharing. Wait a minute, y'all. You guys look, if this is your very first time to this channel, right on that subscribe for me. After you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. It's right there beside the word subscribe so that you'll be notified each and every time that we upload a video. And then welcome to this great family. Now that you're part of it, there's some things that we do. And we do them every single day because they help us grow. Those things are comment, like, and sharing. Go on, for the team. Comment, like, and sharing. Go on for the team. Comment, like, and sharing. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Okay, guys. Okay, you guys, check this out. We're going to pray. We're going to get into the goodness. Here we go. Hey, man. How y'all doing today? Over to the side. The bean is in the building, y'all. There you go. The bean is in the building, y'all. There you go. Let's see if you're not refreshed. Here's Little Ben. Has that not to do with him today? Also, here I got my lips hot sauce. If you like your bottle, look wherever the top of the description box in blue. Hit that link, and right there you can get your lips hot sauce. And your lips merch. Okay, you guys, today for the food. Over here, y'all, we have got a Caesar salad. You know, it's got the romaine, the cheese, it's got the bacon bits, well, real bacon, and it's got croutons in it. Over here on this side, we got fried seafood. We got some fried shrimp, and some homemade fried calamari. I got some cocktail sauce in the front, and I have got some marinara back here. I got some lemons. All right, LEXII. As soon as I get this fan together here, because it's hot. Alright, let's get to eating. Let's go. There is the Caesar salad. Yep. Butter. You know what I just decided, baby? I just decided that you can take me on a date to Olive Garden. Calamari, anyone? This homemade calamari. Yep. So I'll get what? When you go to the restaurant, most places have calamari priced very reasonably. But when we went to the store the other day, I found a whole pack of calamari for like $4. I was like, I didn't know how much it was. You know, the squid rings. Y'all can just shrimp. And get you some of that scram, baby. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good, y'all. Put a little lemon. A little lemon. And B.U.L.L say a little lemon rain. Yep. Y'all, the topic today, you're probably gonna rub some folks wrong. I'm gonna tell you now. But you know they ain't never stopped me before. Before I get into it, how y'all doing? How y'all doing, honey? Today is a decently pleasant day in Atlanta. It's on 87 degrees, feel like 92. Which, believe it or not, is a blessing. It is. But generally, honey, it's 87 degrees here. And this time of year, by 10 a.m., honey. 11 for sure. So today is a pretty pleasant day. Even had the nerve to have a look overcast. Loving it. But anyhow, I hope your weather is just as pleasant, okay? Because that's not too hot. We can deal with that one. Hubby and I got out. I saw the door back. Don't worry about it. Hubby and I got out for a split second to run on a couple of errands this morning. But anywho, y'all, you may not know it, but at this present time, there is a lot of controversial things going on in the comedy blog, whatever, world, between three very influential bloggers, YouTubers, entertainers, whatever you want to say, comedian, okay, and that is T.S. Madison, Just Hilarious, and Tasha K. What the debate about is, for one, you know, there's this ongoing thing that's been for a long time about trans women, okay? It's all about sexual identity. You know what I mean? It's all about sexual identity. Come through. There is scientific backing, or I don't know what the right word of it is, but proof that sexual identity has a lot to do with who you are. This has nothing to do with how you were created. It has nothing to do with the genitals that you are born with. It has nothing to do with that. So don't y'all get in the comments talking about if God made you this, that. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay? Because a lot of you say that because you heard people say that, and it's just a rehearsed thing that you say. And a lot of people, when it comes to this type of situation, are just ignorant. I mean, it just is what it is. All right? And moving along. Because this is meant to be more informational then, because I never try to get anybody to see or feel how I feel and, you know, be on my side about how I feel because you're a different person. But how you view yourself and your own sexual identity is very important. It is. What the big hurrah about is that Tasha K, let me go back. There was a transgender female that went online and made a post saying that women or real women, biologically born females, are not the gatekeepers to womanhood and or periods. That was the thing that I think that everybody in the uproar. Because we all know that if you were born a male, you're not going to have a period. Period. I'm in agreement with all that as far as the period part. Only women were designed to have babies. We all know this. Only women have menstrual cycles. Only women have the reproductive organs to create, carry, and be the giver of life. You know what I mean? God made you all females the bearer of that. But when you talk about being the gatekeeper to womanhood, that's where I differ in opinion with Sasha K and Just Hilarious. Now I'm just a little mukbang, you know what I mean? But it is my opinion. I feel as though if your sexual identity says that you're a woman, or you feel like you're a woman, and you carry yourself as a woman, you, in most cases, have went through the proper channels to not have a male sexual organ anymore. What is the problem with you being a part of the umbrella of womanhood? And now, I'm going to say that, because I know there's going to be some yang about that, okay? Because the age-old thing that females or males are just people, primarily in the black community, because we always have a problem with each other, more so than anybody else in the world. We do. We find more comfort in bashing and downgrading and doing many harmful things to each other than we do fighting against people outside of our own race or culture. That's just historically what happens in the African American race. Which is why a lot of the oppression that has been held over us while we have been and still continue to be in bondage in some ways has always been so successful. You know what I mean? Now my point is not to come on here and argue and debate with you about who falls and who is a woman, who's not a woman. That's not my place. But I do know that the age-old thing that people want to say in our community is a gay male wants to be a woman. I love my beautiful queens. I have one. Luckily to God, my husband and I are raising a beautiful black queen. Love them. I told you guys before, there's nothing more beautiful in the world to me than a beautiful woman. Nothing. I'm not trying to take anything away from you. But why? Because of the fact that I'm attracted to, married a man, why would that make me want to be a woman? You know what I mean? In order to like men, as a male or as a man, does not mean that you want to be a woman. I don't mean that. I just mean you like what you like. And that's why I said some people are very ignorant about some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just really are. However, going with the story. Let's go on and talk about the whole Roe versus Wade situation. And my point is, we always arguing amongst each other about this, who going to this bathroom and who going to that bathroom, and you want to be a woman and God didn't make you one, and da 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 da. We always argue about that. And the government, right up under your nose, is taking care of the same rights or the rights that you have as a woman. Now, how does that make sense? How does it make sense for us to be fighting within each other? You have these transgender women that are on the front line with you, trying to make sure that your rights as a woman aren't taken away from you as a, what you call, real woman, or whatever you want to say, a person that was born female. But let's get together, people. You so mad, and you absorbing all your time and energy into fighting for someone in your own race that was born with a male organ, that wants to be considered, actually, they don't care whether you consider them to be a woman or not. They just wanted to stop being attacked for themselves feeling like they are a part of womanhood. You know? I know if it was me, if I was a woman, I'd be more concerned with the government trying to tell me what I can and can't do with my body than I would be concerned with what somebody else chooses to do with theirs. Y'all, some people don't get the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't. They just don't get it. They really, really just don't get it. If it was me, I would be using my celebrity, my platform, my name, my skills to fight the real person in the world that's trying to take something from you, as opposed to somebody who's virtually harmless to you. I mean, you say, well, these men, or, because that's what this first they want to say, that you're a man. That's what they want to call the trans women, that they're men. Hey, y'all just say, well, y'all taking our men in. Y'all are You know, y'all are fooling our men and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me tell you something. As a person that has been very affluent between both sexes, a man cannot be mistaken as a woman. I don't care what type of chain that head down there. Period. So, they not being tricked. They're not being tricked now, first and foremost. They're not being tricked. Okay? And no one can steal something from you that's not available to be taken. I think that's my biggest problem with a lot of this. Is that people want to lay fault always at the harmless individual, or the individual that's really not your issue. You know what I mean? If you're a woman, you don't like men that consider themselves to be a woman, leave them alone. They're not going to bother with you. If you caught your man in the bed with a woman that was born a male, your anger is with your man. It's not with the woman that was born a male. You know what I'm saying? That woman that was born a male don't owe you nothing. They're not with you. They're not in a relationship with you at all. The person that your issue is with, the person that's with you, that has some responsibility toward you. What? I mean, come on, people. You know, I just don't understand, and I keep saying this in different instances over and over and over and over again. Mind your business. And on top of that, on top of minding your business, take your frustrations out on the right person. The person is actually, or the people, or the entity that's actually a harm to women at this point is the government that you vote for. The courts, the judges, the Supreme Courts, the legislature, and all that kind of stuff. They're the people you got a problem with. They're the ones that's actively trying to take something from you. Why are you so mad at the transgender women? What they do to you? What did they do? The next thing that they like to say all the time is, you weren't born gay. God didn't make you that way. You chose to be like that. Well, my thing is, how the person that's not gay, never felt the emotions, or never felt the feelings, or never felt anything of the such that has so much to say, how do you know? How do you know? If you don't even know what a gay feeling feels like, how can you say that a person was born gay? Let me break this down to you like this. I'm going to say for me, because I consider myself one of the lucky ones that were lucky enough to find the right confidence and the right love themselves enough. And it didn't matter and didn't care nothing about what you had to say or how you felt about it. I consider myself to be one of the lucky ones, no matter what I went through to get there. Okay? Let me make sure that you guys understand this. PSA. Okay? Public service announcement. Okay? Nobody chooses to be ridiculed by you the way that we are. Nobody chooses that it's cool to be shunned by the family you were born into because they don't like who you are. Okay? The transgender female are being murdered in alarming rates. Alarming rates. Who would choose to be a part of that group? Who would choose to historically have to create your own family because the ones you were born to don't want to have nothing to do with you? Who would choose to be a part of the most hated group of people in the modern world, just because you want to live out your life and be true to who you are. Who would choose that? You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with your religious belief. I have no problem with your personal belief. I'm just trying to appeal to you. Who would choose to be a part of a group that is hated so much, that is picked at, killed, shunned, talked about, mistreated, misused, oppressed? Who would choose that if it wasn't who you were? Being gay is not a choice, okay? PSA, it's not a choice. For those in the bike, hey, y'all back yonder. PSA, being gay is not a choice. It's not a choice. It's not a choice. Your sexual identity is a choice, but being gay is not a choice. It's not. Period. No matter what you think about it, no matter what you say, no matter how you can try to back up what you think that you know, being gay is not a choice. We didn't choose to be this way. We are this way. Period. Okay. Can you imagine? Let me give you the logic of what you're saying. Okay? Let's go back to the 1900s when slavery was what it was. Okay? You're trying to tell me, because this is what you're saying, if you feel this way. You're saying in the height of slavery, back in the day, in the gap, okay, when black people were being hanged, when they were being, when their lives meant nothing to Caucasian, European, white, whatever you want to say, to white people, okay? You're saying that in those days, back in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, whenever it was just that bad, 1850s, wherever it was, we're at the height of slavery. What you're saying is that there were white people that were being born into wealth and into power, and they wake up one day when they 8 years old and decide, you know what, I wish I was black. Are you stupid? Because that's really what you're saying. You're saying that people wake up one day and decide that they want to be a part of a group of people who really are shunned by everybody, including their own family in the world. Are you ignorant? Being gay is not a choice. It's who we are. Now, acting on the physical aspect of being gay is a choice. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. There's millions and millions and millions of men and women in the world who are gay. But because of society, because of their duties to their family, because of whatever reason, or just fear, are living in lives and trapped in lives that are non-LGBTQ, non-homosexual, or a non-gay life. We can function that way and not be happy, true. But being gay is not a choice, people. It's not. It's not a choice. It's who you are. And I think that that's the major part of the reason why all this rigmarole and sometimes people, a very intelligent person can be very ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want, say what you will. This is my opinion, and I'm only stating it. But what I do know for a fact, period, as a LGBTQ, proud black American male, gay male, being gay wasn't a choice of mine. It's who I am. It had nothing to do with anything that I've seen or anything that was done to me. Or I know millions of people. I got two cousins, honestly, not immediate cousins, but I've got two distant cousins that went through the same experience that I went through. That turned out totally different. It just wasn't who they were. Don't get me wrong. No, I shouldn't have been handled the way that I was when I was a child, but it didn't make me gay. Because I can remember during this time, I enjoyed or I liked or I was pleased sitting in the laps of men when I was a wee child. I remember this. So how I was handling what happened to me didn't make me gay. It didn't. That didn't make me gay. Being gay is not something that is a choice. Being misused sexually as a person doesn't, as a youth or whatever, doesn't make you gay. It doesn't make you that. It doesn't. It just makes that you were mishandled as a child, but that didn't make you gay. I was also handled and sexually assaulted as a child by women as well. It wasn't just men, people. It wasn't. But I was gay. That's it. Now I'm finna go. I really am. And it's just that I'm over reading and looking at what's going on back and forth between these big, black public figures. It just made me think about to come to you and talk to you and make sure that you understand your opinion of the LGBTQ community is what it is. We're not trying to change that. We just want to have equal rights and made to be who we are, just like everybody else does. The same way black people did when they went through all of these hundreds of years of fighting slavery and oppression and racism and all this type of stuff. This is the problem that I've told you guys many times before as an African American community. Us. Okay. Our ancestors fought hundreds of years for us to be what we are, to be equal to everyone. They fought hundreds of years for this. How dare you come after they done fought your ancestors just as mine? They have fought, they have died, they've been misused, they've been mishandled, they were walked over like rugs on the floor. How dare them fight that much for us to be equal to all, for us to get here to this day and time, and you decide that you're going to take all that away. Because now you want to make us as an LGBT community be less than you. Stupidity. That's what that is. Because if it's okay for you to oppress us as an LGBT community, it's okay for us to be slaves, right? It should be. What is the difference? There is none. We ain't talking on the level of what the Bible saying, who God is and all that. That's totally different what we talking about. We talking about common, plain sense. If it's okay for us as people, as the African American community, if it's okay for us to oppress each other, why is it not okay for another race to oppress us? Why is it not? It's the same thing. There's no difference. It's one group of people holding themselves at a higher esteem than another. Period. That's what that is. But the thing that I heard what the boy name is? Funky Dineva say is the thing that I don't understand. I agree with Funky Dineva with this. At every extreme, if there's an extreme here and there's an extreme here, everything in between must exist. Everything. You've got black, you've got white. Everything in between black and white must exist. It has to. So if you got straight and you got gay, everything in the middle must exist. Point, blank, and period. You got white, you got black, but what exists in the middle? Gray. Where's the mixture of them both? You see what I'm saying? You got blue, you got yellow. What's in between? Green. You mix them together, they make green. Everything in between must exist for these two things to exist. Funky Dineva said that. In something I was watching. But people, come on now. You know, this is really getting out of hand for us as the African American community wanting to oppress each other, our own ancestors, not only mine. If your skin look anything like mine, if your skin don't look like this, okay, period. It don't matter whether you're Indian, it don't matter whether you're Chinese, it don't matter whether you're Vietnamese, in the United States of America, if your skin don't look like this, you were thought to be a lower class. Period. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You were thought to be a lower class citizen than white people, Caucasians, Europeans, whatever you want to say. So our ancestors as a whole fought for hundreds of years. You can't beat you to celebrate Black History Month. You got pride in it because we've come so far. Yeah, you got pride in being Black. I do too. I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't. I love being Black. I love that. That gives me a sense of pride because my ancestors had to be stronger than yours for me to be where I am today. My ancestors took every single thing that you had to throw at them and they carried on because I'm here. They fought through everything that you put us through, no matter what. And they made it. They were strong individuals because I'm here. All of us that are this color spawned from somebody back there that ended up under the same thing in the United States of America now. Okay? Because there are still some dynasties and stuff in other places, Africa and different things, where maybe their ancestors weren't brought up as, you know, an underling. But here, in the United States of America, if you are an American citizen, or not an American citizen, I'm saying because there are some Africans that are here from over there, but what I'm saying is that if you are an American and your lineage spawned from America, once they came from wherever they came and they were brought here, if your lineage came to be a Black person, your lineage came through the ranks and through the years of the United States of America, your people were raised in some kind of way at some time as slaves. Period. I don't even care if you were the light-skinned ones that were mixed up with the other race. You were still considered less than. Period. So our ancestors fought for hundreds of years to be looked at, to have the same protection under the law, to be equal citizens of society, to not be looked at and treated as a lower class because of the color of your skin. And now we get to this day and age, okay, this day and age, and now we want to do the same thing to our own people. Okay. We want to do the same thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. People, don't be naive. Don't be stupid. And don't speak on things that you don't know anything about. You cannot be a scholar. You cannot feel like that your position that you take or that you know what you're talking about the LGBT community if you're not a part of us. How can you say we weren't born gay? How can you say that being gay is a choice and you don't have these same feelings? What is wrong with you? I can't tell you nothing about what it feels like to be a white person. Just like a white person can't tell you nothing about what it feels like to be a Black person. They can't tell you that. Because even back in the day, a white slave was still different than a Black slave. He said he may have been a slave, but he was still white. You see what I'm saying? There's still a difference. I can't tell you nothing about being a woman. I don't identify as being a woman. I don't want to be a woman, and I've never been a woman. So I can't tell you nothing about that. So why do you always want to tell me or tell us what it feels like to be us? You can't do that. If so, you just as ignorant as the hatred that you spit out your mouth. And I got to go. I'm about to here now. All right. I love y'all. I love each and every one of you, no matter what your mind frame is about what I just said. And if you got mad, then that's, I mean, ain't nothing I can do about it because the truth is still just the truth. And that, I'm going to tell the truth from my own point of view. I am. And what I just said is the truth. You cannot tell a gay person they weren't born gay. If you're not gay, you don't have any feelings. How are you going to tell a group of people that you're not a part of how they feel, how they were, and how they were born? Don't be ignorant, y'all. Now I am gone now, y'all, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. So I'm a new legend. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you because you didn't have to be here. You could have chosen to be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be right here with us, and we love you for it. So I'm my existing legend. Riding around where you go, hey, riding around where you go. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to see you guys next time. Well, wait a minute, y'all. You guys look, always remember that there's always more than one way home. All you set out to do is get there. So get there, people. Get there. I love you all, and we're going to see you guys next time. And if you're not going to watch me next time, you have lied to me. And I know you lied. Period. Bye-bye. We're gonna go. Don't come in the comments. Tell me what God said, what God is, and what God this and what God did, because you don't know that either. You don't. You don't know that either. You don't know that you walk beside him on the earth. You didn't know that. I have faith, I have love, I have all these different kind of things for God because of what he tells me in my heart, in my spirit, and what he makes me feel. Not always because of what that Bible says, okay? All right. Trust and believe that people that always want to spy for you and tell you, don't get me wrong, because I can go toe to toe. I can go toe to toe with you. I can go toe to toe with you about what the Bible says. Every day, all day. I can. Because I know what it says, okay? But that's not what I'm talking about. God is not about that Bible. God is about your relationship with him and what he makes you feel in your heart when you get through with it. And if you don't understand that, then guess what? You don't learn about him either. I'm up out of here. Bye.